Freedom Fighters, coming back at you with another episode of Freedom's Gear Reviews. Well, I'm excited to be bringing this one to you guys today. We're going to be reviewing this DJI drone. And I've kind of teased in the past, where I kind of wanted to take this channel, kind of do like a travel blog. Not really a travel blog, but just take you along, with my adventures. I've mentioned before I did the van life thing. And, some overlanding, off-road, camping, fishing, all that stuff. So, I needed some better camera equipment, and this right here is going to give me those better shots and the high-quality content that you all deserve. So, definitely stay tuned, and I'm probably going to do a separate video here of a channel update and stuff of, things I have planned. But definitely stay tuned, drop a like, subscribe, and share the content. It'll definitely help me, spread further and be able to go do these things. So yeah, man, let's hop into this review here. And, I'm not going to be able to do the most crazy in-depth review on this thing. There's a lot of better tech channels that can help you with that. I mean, these things are pretty complex. I mean, look at these, like wind turbine motors they got in there. These things have so many parts on them, it's insane. So I mean, I know there's other channels out there that'll break these things down and show you every piece and every spec, but I'm basically just gonna run by some of the stuff it does. And I've been flying it around a little, and this is the one of the main things is this is a good civilian beginner style drone. It's pretty easy to fly if you're a beginner, and I had no experience in flying these drones. I mean, I flied a RC plane way back in the day, but that didn't go too well. Luckily this went better. So, I mean, you see there, got the 4K camera to bring you those high quality shots that we're all looking for. But, yeah, I mean, I was flying this thing around with pretty ease. And this is all the stuff it comes with. You get your remote control and you hook up your phone to it and you download the DJI app. And this is a DJI Mini 2. And I know they have a 3 already. They might even have a 4. This is a little older of a model. But I know one of the remotes comes with the screen already in it, so you don't have to use your phone. I don't know if you still have to have an app or hook it up to your phone, Bluetooth or whatnot. But, yeah, I mean, this is the stuff it comes with. I think I actually got an extra battery. It's your typical lithium-ion battery packs. This actually, they look like the ones that are in, like, your Ring batteries, or some of the other cameras and accessories have ones that look just like that. So, pretty sure they're pretty universal here, and that just comes out the back. It's got this little lift hatch, and yeah, see, I got my other battery in there, your memory cards, stuff like that. And I got the instruction manual here that I didn't even really read, but again, I'm not going to go through every spec. Oh, I actually have the original box here too, and I think it has some stuff on here. Yeah, ultra light and foldable, less than 249 grams. And that's a big thing. So I think, the larger drones, they were saying like anything over 250 grams, you have to register and get a license to fly and all that. And I didn't want that. So, they make this one specifically right under the weight limit. So you don't have to do any of that registering and stuff like that. 31 max flight time. And yeah, I mean, it's about that, depending on the conditions you're flying in. Obviously, extreme cold or extreme heat changes that. Wind and stuff like that. The OcuSync 2 HD video transmission. Not sure exactly what that is. And then, yeah, the level 5 wind resistance. And this thing has held up in some pretty windy conditions, so I'll give it that. 3-axis gimbal camera, the 4K video, panorama quick shots, Yeah, so I mean that's your basic stuff. As far as like flight and stuff like that, I want to say it said like 4,000 kilometers or something. I don't know exactly how high, but if you want to know how high, it's high. Let me tell you that. I was flying around and it's pretty freaking crazy, so the stuff you could do with these things. You fly it way out of range till you can't even see and hear it anymore. And let me tell you, that scared the crap out of me the first time I did that. And, I actually had something weird happen where my phone closed, like hard crashed the app. And I was like out, in the woods and everything, really far away. And my heart just sunk. And I was like, man, I lost this thing. It's done. And then I bring up my phone again. I put up the app. And it's just sitting there floating. And it has a come home feature. So it's, attached to your phone and the remote. So I flew it right back. And, luckily everything was all right. But like I said, man, very beginner friendly. And, easy to start with. This one retails now, I think, at around like $350. And, there's a lot of other drones on the market and stuff, but this seems to be one of the more popular ones. And like I said, there's a lot of channels out there that'll give you the, rundown on every single spec and the other, models and brands out there on the market. Dirty Civilian actually did a really good, like, hour-long review covering this drone and another one that they're actually using a lot of the, battle zone, the war zones out there in Ukraine and Israel. And, we'll probably do a future video on that, how they're using this stuff out in the field. But, that's not what I got it for. This isn't like a tactical, oh, yeah, you're going to be roaming the skies and shit hit the fan or anything. Like, again, I just wanted this to improve the channel and, get some good, high-quality content for you guys. But, in a scenario where stuff does go bad, this is definitely going to, help. There's been times where I was actually at my buddy's house, and he has a pretty big property and a really, long, windy driveway. And we went all the way down his driveway and, like, down his street. And we kept going. We actually went pretty far down, like a couple blocks, almost into town. And he saw this one car and he's like, oh man, zoom in on that. He's like, I think I know. He's like, oh man, that's my neighbor. So I was like, we were following his neighbor down the street and all the way like till he got to his neighborhood. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. So it'll definitely, eyes in the sky and keep you aware of stuff going down. And then there's just the practical uses, man. Like, we were scouting trails and, you could see down trees and stuff. If a storm happened, in your neighborhood or something, you can throw this thing off the back deck and, check out your neighborhood, assess the situation. And, ultimately, I guess in the grid down, shit hit the fan situation, cover your AO, look around your neighborhood. And in that Dirty Civilian episode, he actually talked about how they sell a payload dropper on these things. Now, obviously, this is a really small model. It's not going to carry much. And I think it was the same one he was reviewing. But he said, it would be like if your neighbor needed light or something, you could drop a little candle or like a glow stick. And then he made a little tin container, out of like a mint box, one of those Altoid boxes, where he put a sewing needle and some Band-Aids and, Vaseline or some, bite cream or something like that. A little med kit that you could hang on there and, like, drop off to someone that, was in need of help. But, you like I said, you've seen in these war footage films in Ukraine and stuff where, obviously, the bigger models, but they're attaching, payloads to it. And so as far as I'll go, that's what I'll say. And they're dropping it in on soldiers and stuff. So the capabilities of these things in the future and everything are definitely kind of scary. And we'll probably go into that into a future video. And I mean, I'm probably just going to keep it there, short and simple. I'll probably do a channel update video here soon to really, talk about my future plans and stuff. So stay tuned for that. Trying to think if I didn't mention anything. I always, do these review videos and then I just kind of go ramble on and forget what I'm talking about. So if there's anything I didn't cover you really wanted to, know about these DJI drones, leave it in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you, with an answer that's hopefully somewhat correct. But yeah, man, till the next one, stay wild and free. Freedom Fighters out.